What's up, guys? Brandon Burbank here, another exciting episode of Come Back to Success. And today's video topic, we're going to be covering how do I prepare for my speeches when I speak to different audiences? What does that look like? What does the routine look like so that I can find myself becoming a sustainable speaker and making a large impact in the audiences that I speak to? So to start with, I pray. For me, my faith in God has been a huge source of support for helping me find sustainability, find direction, and find wisdom to make sure that I know what I need to say is going to be impactful and hopefully optimistically just make a difference in the lives of the audience that I'm serving. So I pray a lot because that's something that has helped me stay grounded and stay rooted in what I want to say that's going to make a difference, and that's what it all boils down to. The second thing is I meditate. So I think about myself, I visualize myself, and I do positive affirmations through auto-suggestion to help me think through these challenges that where I am about to speak on stage to a different audience and making a possible difference and a life-changing impact as well for some. So that's kind of the whole point about why I meditate and pray, because those two combinations, they're so helpful. They're so dangerously helpful to help with my own groundedness. And that's when I'm the most grounded, that's when I am the most effective towards making a large impact in the audience's ideas. So that would be the next thing. I visualize myself speaking well. That's another thing that I want to think about. So it's kind of in alignment with meditating and praying, but just that visualization process and telling myself, you're going to do great. You can be successful. God has a plan for you. And then just thinking about the things that I might be saying to them and just being able to think about positive ways of how I want to execute my speech, it makes all the difference. The next one is I make sure to get enough sleep the night before. That's a huge important one, because if you don't get a good night's sleep, then it's hard for you to find yourself having sustainability, having that necessary sleep schedule and going to bed at a decent time before you speak is so imperative, because it can help you find sustainability and have direction and have that poise that you need in order to be an effective speaker and make a difference to the audience that you're serving. I don't do anything too strenuous. So walking is fine. Running would be kind of difficult, because if I'm dressed up in a suit and tie and everything like that, and I'm doing a workout and then I change, unless I take a shower, that's fine. But if for the most part, it would be best to just walk or just not do anything too strenuous, because that could totally take me off of my keel, where I'm just trying to acclimate myself into the process of being ready to deliver a keynote speech presentation to an audience. So it's in a different categories, and so that's kind of where after the speech, I would say I'm much more inclined to wanting to work out and wanting to work through these challenges, because that's where it all boils down to, is finding that sustainability and direction and peace of mind through these challenges that you're going through, and finding the right people to support you along the way, and being able to be resilient in your own way. I stay connected to my loved ones for support. That's another big one, because, for example, when I'm just sitting around in my hotel room or I'm at home, for example, and I'm getting ready to speak later in the afternoon, I might want to call a friend up and say, "Hey, how's it going? Just thinking of you. I'm about ready to do a keynote speech presentation, but I'm wanting to be in your presence with you, my friend," and whoever that might be. That is another great way to just take the weight off of the speech, so that you can focus on just the present now, here and now, so that way you can focus on just being more present with yourself, and then overall it will help you feel better as you transition to the stage and to the audience who you're meeting with. Another thing that I would say that could be helpful for you is when you introduce yourself to different of the different audience members, it could be a great way to just get to know the feel for your audience, for who you're going to speak towards, because that could help you you'll know what you want to say that's going to be helpful and what's not going to be helpful for when you are sharing your speech presentation and sharing different feedback And so that's kind of where I would also recommend to possibly introducing yourself to a few of the audience members prior to speaking, depending on how many people are there. That's what's worked for me, and it could work for you, but if not, that's fine as well. And then I make sure to arrive early to the speech for setup. That's an important one, because if you're not set up and ready and prepared by the time they hand you the microphone, you have to be really, it makes life much harder than it has to be. So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try and set myself up for success by arriving early. I have all my camera equipment set up, and I'm already locked in with my my lava beer, I forgot what you call it, but just my microphone is all set up, and everything all the technology is ready to go. So, and also just making sure that your camera equipment is charged, because that's another important thing to think about too, is like, if you don't have battery, you're not going to be able to record yourself and at a long, depending on how much you're speaking for. So those are different. I'm gonna review just now real quick the components that we covered. Prayer is important for preparation to get ready to speak. Meditation is helpful as well. Visualizing myself speaking well has helped me out a lot, and it could help you as well. Making sure to get enough sleep the night before, that's a big one, and so making sure that you have that steady sleep the night before you speak. I don't do anything too strenuous. That's another important thing to think about. So don't do anything too out of the ordinary or whatever. I stay connected to my loved ones for support. That's if I need it, though, because like, if you want to just be by yourself before you speak, that's totally fine too, because you're getting into that zone. You're getting into that place where you're like, I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm going to do a good job on speaking to this audience today. And just giving yourself that flexibility. And then I stay connected to my loved ones. I already said that. And then I make sure to arrive early to the speech for setup. Those are the components that hopefully could help give you more of an understanding as a speaker if you are looking to improve your own speaking game. Thank you very much, folks, for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that this was helpful for you in your own growth, as well as to help you impact other people when you're speaking as well. Thank you. Take care.